All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello everyone, myself is Ashish Patel from Global Educations. Today I'm here to give you some important and some unique tips to how to crack the competitive exams like TOEFL, IELTS, GRE, GMAT, SAT and many more exams, right? Are generally taken to check your verbal and analytical skills, right? As you know. Now we go through the presentations. If you can see here, can you hear me all? Hope you can hear me, right? One second, yeah. Now, first part we're gonna cover, which is IELTS. IELTS, you know the IELTS full form. IELTS is International English Language Testing System. Assess the English proficiency of aspirant to reflect how they will use English at study, at work, and at play, and in abroad. A candidate who wants to study or work in English speaking country requires to take IELTS as a part of their admission process, right? Now there is two versions of IELTS, you know that. One is general training, one is academic, right? General is mostly taken for the immigrations and academic mostly taken for higher study or for professional work visa, right? Here you can see the slides as well. Test, IELTS test structures this. First part is reading. That's 3 sessions with 40 questions. And type of questions generally they cover, which is multiple choice of questions, short questions, identify informations which is true, false, not given, matching information, heading, features, sentence ending, sentence and summaries, notes, table, flow chart, diagram, label, completions, you know. Academic tests could be from journal, books, magazine and newspaper. And general reading tests could be notice, advertisements, leaflets, newspaper, instructions, manual and magazines. And if we go to the listening part now, listening part there is 4 sections, right? They covers, one is sections related to social needs, second sections also be related to social needs, third sections which is related to education and training, 4 sections which is related to education and training contents. And type of question generally they ask multiple choice questions, matching plan, map, diagram, labeling, form summary, sentence completions and short answers questions. Now there is test structures for writing, which is, of course, writing there's 2 part difference, which is academic and general. In academic, if you show, they given the they're given the diagrams, graph, chart, table, pictures is to be described in 150 words in about 20 minutes, right? And general learning, which is letter writing on given situations in 150 words in around 20 minutes. Now, in reading, there is a task 2 as well. A point of view, which is argument or problems, has to be presented or discussed in about 250 words in 40 minutes, right? Now speaking, which is there were 3 tasks. Task is about around 11 to 14 minutes, right? Task 1, which is introductory part, the questions about home, family, jobs, studies and other interests, you know. And task 2, which is card, they give you the cards, which is extempore, and task 3, discussion related topics. There will be 2 topics there, right? Now In IELTS there is a band which is their scale from 1 to 9, right? Reading, listening, writing and speaking, they got all 1 to 9 bands, and they aggregate it and they give you the overall band, right? You can say you can score whole like 5, 6, 7, well 6, 6.5 or 7, which is very good score. So every student should achieve like about 6.5 or 7, 7.5, which is very good score. And this IELTS score which is really help you to get the top universities. Generally, average universities they almost require 6, 6.5. And if you're looking for the top university obviously requires 7, 7, 7.5, right? Now, same things, TOEFL is also the English language test, which is, if you know that TOEFL is stand for Test of English as a Foreign Language, measure your aptitude to use, understand English and English level, right? Who are students planning to go abroad? Generally, TOEFL is used to be very well known by the very well known acceptable from USA universities. Nowadays, USA universities also takes IELTS as well. TOEFL is now computer-based test, that's called IBT, internet-based test. And generally IELTS is paper-based test, right? That's the two difference. TOEFL scoring which is 120, 0 to 120, right? If you score around 90 to 100, which is average score, that is good enough to secure your admissions. And if you score 100 up, which is very nice. In same TOEFL, that's reading, listening, speaking and writing, right? There is number of questions. If you see in reading, there's 3 to 5 passages, 12 to 14 questions each. Allocated time which is 60 to 100 minutes. Listening which is 4 to 6 lectures, 6 questions each. 2 to 3 conversation, 5 questions each. And obviously allocated time which is 60 to 90 minutes. Now speaking which is 6 tasks, 2 independent and 2 integrated. Allocated time which is 20 minutes. Writing which is 1 integrated task, 1 independent task and allocated time which is 50 minutes. Score, like I said, it start range like 0 to 30, 0 to 30, 0 to 30. If you count it, like all total is 120. So each part which is score 30, right? So its overall total score which is 120. Well, if you see perform high level which is 20 to 30, average that is 15 to 20, low which is 0 to 14. Now another test called GRE. GRE which is Graduate Record Examination. Its standard test is an admissions required for many graduate schools in United States, in other English speaking country and for English taught graduate and business program worldwide. Created and admitted by Educational Testing Service. So of course same like TOEFL is part of ETS, GRE is part of ETS. The GRE general test is offered as a computer based exam by selected qualified testing center, right? In graduate school admission process, the level of emphasis that placed upon GRE score varied widely between school and between department. Test structure by computer based exam. So now we can see how we measure, right? The number of questions and allocated time. There is writing part which is analytical writing, that's 2 part there, and both of them allocated time which is 30 minutes, right? Same another sections which is verbal reasoning, approximately 20 questions per sections, and that's you need to finish in 30 minutes as well, right? Now quantitative reasoning which is 2 sections there, same as the verbal reasoning, where you're gonna get 20 questions as well, and you need to finish in 35 minutes, right? On score, if you're gonna get approximately 20 questions, that's going to be around 30 to 35 minutes. Right? If you see all total allocated time, that's gonna be 3 hours and 45 minutes. Say in a GRE time, it's very important you need to finish in timing, you know. So you have to be like measured by time, and you have to be like, you know, quick to cover the good score. Now if you see verbal reasoning, quantity reasoning and analytical writing, the score reported like 130 to 170, 130 to 170 and 0 to 6 in half point increments. If no questions are answers for specific measure like any section, you will be receive no score for that measure. Right? Now if you see GMAT, that stands for Graduate Management Admission Test. It's also the computer based test. It is taken for admissions to business schools in the United States. Right? Used by many business schools to help assess whether the test taker possesses the foundations to build a success business career except for who's taken. More than 4,800 graduate management programs around the world use GMAT score as a part of their admission process. Right? See, most of the UK universities, USA universities, they take GMAT like if somebody is looking for the business course, somebody is looking for management course, they accept GMAT score only. And somebody looking for like graduations like masters in engineering, so that school gonna ask for the GRE score, right? So different level scores, different entrance exam, right? Same thing if we go further, the test structures for the computer based exam, it's like this. They cover analytical writing part, another section is reasoning, another quantitatives and verbal. They got the 4 sections, right? The 4 sections, each part has a different choice of questions. If we see the analytical writing, they got a one topic, right? One topic, it's gonna basis on either like analyze or argument of the arguments. Allocated time, which is gonna be 30 minutes. So you need to cover this part in 30 minutes already. Integrated reasoning, which is 12 multiple choice of the questions. In that questions type multi-source reasoning, graphic, interpretation, two part analyze table and table analyze. 30 minutes for this as well. Sorry, verbal, which is 41 multiple choice questions. That's questions type generally covers reading, comprehensive, critical reasoning, sentence correction, reading, grammar, analytical reasoning. This is the biggest part, that's 75 minutes allocated time. Now quantitative, that is 37 multiple choice of the questions. This generally the questions type will be data sufficiency, problem solving. Problem solving covers most of the mathematics, which is algebra, arithmetics and geometry. And also this is the longest part as well, does give you the 75 minutes. So total your test will be around 3 hours to 30 minutes. GMAT, that is 3 hours 30 minutes. GMAT score will be evaluated like this. If you see here, that's total GMAT score range start from 200 to 800. Verbal quantitative scores range from 0 to 60. Scores for AW range, which is from 0 to 6 in half point interval. Integrated reasoning, which is score range from 1 to 8 in single digits, which is interval, and no partial credits is given. So 68 examine scored between 400 to 600. So like I said, most of US universities they accept GMAT for the business course, which is generally average score we can say like 600 and 650. If you score well 650 up, that is really good score. Now we cover GRE, now we cover IELTS, we cover TOEFL, that's for English entrance exam. Now, and then we cover GRE, we cover GMAT. Now same GRE, GMAT, now we got SAT. SAT is for undergraduate admissions to the United States universities, right? What is the SAT stand for? This test is suitable of academic readiness for the college. This exam provides a path to opportunities, financial support and scholarship in a way that's fair to all the students. The SAT tests the reading, writing and math skill that you learn in school and that are critical for success in college. It gives both you and college sense of how you will be able to apply the thinking, writing, study skill requires for the college and course work. So it's really give you the exact measures, what's your thinking, what's your writing, what's your study skill, then college can get you the admissions. So that is really good for the college and for you as well. So once you see your level, once you improve your level, once college see the level and you get the admission. So you exactly get your level and your level of the course, right? The SAT also provides the opportunity to connect to the scholarship opportunity. See, if your SAT score is high, it is really good for the good scholarship in most of the top universities in United States. SAT score are among the factors considered in the college admissions, right? Same if we see the structure of the course, which is if we measure there is duration, which is reading 70 minutes, maths 70 minutes, writing 60 minutes. So in a reading, if we see in 70 minutes, what you need to do is one section you need to cover in 20 minutes and second sector is 25 minutes, right? Same mathematics, if you see 20 minutes for one section, 20 minutes for second sections. So in a reading, if you see the sections covered, which is 48 passage based reading, which is a 90, which is sentence completion questions, right? 44, which is multiple choices, in mathematics 10, which is students police response, right? Now if we see in writing is you need to complete, which is 60 minutes. One section you need to complete, which is in 10 minutes, and other sections you need to complete 25 minutes, and 25 improving the sentence. 18 identify the sentence errors. 6 improving the paragraph. 1 essay. Sorry. How the score evaluate, we can see here. That is reading. Reading, this scale from 200 to 800. Maths, this scale from 200 to 800. Writing, the scale from 200 to 800. So each sections cover 800, right? So total gonna be 2400. You will also get 2 sub scores on the writing sections, a multiple choice score 20 to 80 and essay score from 2 to 12. There will be negative marking as well. So every incorrect answers you're gonna get negative marking. Well, thank you for attending this seminar. Now I'm gonna give you the little bit tips for the IELTS. See how to crack the IELTS and what are the importance for them. See, we have a English entrance exam test which is IELTS and TOEFL, right? This generally almost all top universities, they ask for the English entrance exam test as you are going for the abroad study and you are going from non-English speaking country. So you require to clear this IELTS and TOEFL. And also it's very necessary if you improve your English and go and study in English in foreign country. So that will also help you to get a good score in your study in foreign country. See, IELTS, what basic you require? You need to allow enough time for the IELTS and TOEFL, right? To prepare for your exam. Develop your study plan first. Study at regular basis, at least every day, at least 3 to 4 hours. Try to immerse into the English. What you need to do is you need to create the English environment around you. Like watch English TV. I suggest American would be the better. Watch movie with the subtitles. Listening to the English radios. Read variety types of English text like magazine, newspaper, whatever the easiest you can understand, try to read that. Those are the good comprehensive readings and listening comprehensive skill. Speak and write in English as much as you can. That will really improve your English. Trust me. Speak and write English as much as you can. That is really the best idea to improve your English. Even speak yourself in front of the mirror. That's what I suggest. That's the best way to learn and improve English. It is good way to improve your fluency as well. Improve your vocabulary. You will need it at each stage of any entrance exam test, TOEFL or IELTS. Even more at university. Seriously. Well, I suggest try to memorize them more. Important, use them, and when speak or write. Always try to memorize. Identify your weak area first. See, if you are weak in writing, then you identify. If you are weak in writing, then put your best level to work hard on writing, right? Start writing more than you did until now. That's what I suggest. That's what seriously, it's really help you to improve your English. Try to write in English even what you think. That's what I mean. For speaking, think aloud you to good strategies, Well, also the time management. Since the time is major problem, every students need to take a IELTS or TOEFL. Try to lessen the times for the certain task day after day, That's what I suggest. And see, listen and read carefully the instruction. That's what the main point. If you listen and read carefully the instructions provided in IELTS or TOEFL, that will help you. That will help you to give the best. You get the score best. See, always you keep the note taking. The note taking, which is allow you to every section of the TOEFL or IELTS, and that will develop your TOEFL and IELTS as well. That's my suggestion. And also you should prepare a planner where if you prepare by yourself or if you prepare by any coaching institutes, they should use the planner. Planner, like day 1, they're gonna do the listening and writing. Day 2, you go writing and speaking. Day 3, listening and writing. See, this sort of are the planner. That's very important. If you use the planner, that will improve your test. And also, I strongly suggest you should take a mock test every week. At least allow you to get the mock test, practice test, at least 8 practice tests before you go to the exam. That's what my suggestion. Also, practice is always make you perfect, Well, when we gonna complete, of course, you will have a chance to get the questions. If you have any doubts, any questions, feel free to ask me or write me. I hope you get something out of this seminar, out of this presentation, and it will help you. I'm sure it will help you. Any questions, you can come and you can write, that's not a problem, right? Also, see, GRE, GMAT and SAT. These are also covered the English part as well. So this IELTS and TOEFL, it's not for the, it's not gonna help you only, but it's gonna help you for GRE, GMAT, the verbal part for it, what in the verbal part as well. So only GRE, GMAT, that's mathematics. Mathematics you probably covered in your school level. So what you need to do is you need to put your hard work and you need to do the practice. That's the only main part. Once you start preparing for IELTS or any competitive exam like GRE, GMAT or TOEFL, I suggest strongly start from the day one once and do the regular. Never put yourself in a gap. If you put any gap during your preparations, that's not gonna work. So I suggest if you do practice regularly and put your hard work, you will definitely get a good score. Right? Also, English is a language that is endless language. So what I say, in 2 month or 3 month preparations, you're not gonna learn all the English. But I strongly say, if you do the practice regularly, it help you. It will definitely help you to get the good score. Right? Okay. Now we're gonna go into questions. I have a couple of questions here. I got the questions from Ajay Desai. He asked me in the webinar. He asked me IELTS and TOEFL explanation part. Is there source to listen it again? All right. Well, IELTS and TOEFL, right? Let me see. I can give you the brief idea if you want, Ajay. And if you have any questions particularly related to IELTS and TOEFL, you can write me here, or I got my number down there. You can ask me. Feel free to contact. That's not a problem. Now let's go to the another questions. We have a Ria. Ria asking. The question is, I'm final year engineering student and want to do MBA from us. What preparation should I undertake to perform well in a single attempt? So Ria wants to do MBA from US, and what preparations should she take to perform well? See, first of all, I suggest most of US universities for MBA, they ask for your GMAT score and also the entrance exam, which is IELTS. So that's the first steps to prepare and start with that, right? And if you wanna get it done in a first attempt, I like mentioned in my presentation also, and I really would like to mention it again, which is once you start, do the regularly, put your hard work and just do it in a one attempt, you will be success. Now we'll go other question, which is Sriya again. That is certainly means how to prepare for the GMAT in final year of the engineering. Well, most of students, they're gonna finish their study in a final year. They start from the year began. So once you study in a final year, once you enter in a final year basically, then you start preparing for GMAT. I'm sure 1 year is enough to get it clear, and also it will easier for you while you're studying, so you can have at least 1 hour in a day for GMAT. That's what almost the students do, and that's my suggestions too, because US universities, they take time to get the admissions, So if you plan for the year begin, that will really help you. Now I got the next question, which is Shrestha. She asked which one of the two is more acceptable across us, US and UK, TOEFL or IELTS. Well, if you are going for USA, and if you are going for UK, both exam can be acceptable, so that's really not a matter. I strongly suggest if you go through it once on an IELTS and TOEFL website, see the pattern, see the policies, and whichever you feel better, of course you should go for that. Next questions we have a Ajay. How to decide whether to give IELTS or TOEFL if I have options to give any of them? Exactly, Ajay. I just mentioned my previous question to Sarista. The same answers will be there. That's what I suggest. You go on website, see the pattern, see the each sections, and if you feel IELTS is good, then you of course you can take IELTS. If you feel TOEFL is better for that, TOEFL is internet-based test. That's TOEFL IBT. So if you comfortable on internet-based, then you should go for TOEFL, right? Now Ria asks again, what study material you would suggest? Study material for IELTS, I will suggest the Cambridge 1 to 9 books. That's enough. And also there are the few private authors. That's a reference book. You can use it as well. Now I got the next question, which is from Deepak. Well, Deepak question is, I'm a third year batch student. I want to know the scholarship possibility for IELTS to study MS in UK. Well, Deepak, if you score best in IELTS, then of course most of the top universities, they offer you the scholarship, but scholarship is not only that depends on IELTS. Sometimes they see that most of the time they see your academic as well. So I suggest do the best in IELTS weekend. It will help you, and also the academic should be a best. That will be the advantage for you. Now next questions I got from Ria. Ria asked for the GMAT was the best material, right? For the GMAT, I suggest the Kaplan. There is one book from the Kaplan that is really good. Also, there are another reference book. There's many reference books, but I suggest if you go for Kaplan, and also if you go for Manhattan, then Manhattan is quite different. That's really good, but Kaplan, which will be really easy and understandable. I got the next question, which is from Vivek. Being in second year, how to have a start on this? Yes, of course, you can get the IELTS. You can start preparing for IELTS exam, and if you are planning for USA, you should start preparing for GRE or GMAT, whichever the entrance exam you require for your course. Then when you finish your third year, it will be still valid, because IELTS is valid for 2 years. So you can take your IELTS in the last year. And Vivek, if you are looking for the SAT, so once you finish your second year, then once you enter in third year, of course you can take your IELTS and your GMAT or GRE. Right. Next question, which is from Ajay. For how much time I can give the IELTS or TOEFL? Is there any? Well, that is from Vivek actually. You can, like, depends, sometimes generally IELTS students get clear in 2 to 3 months. But if you regularly do the practice and put your hard work, 2 months is acceptable. 2 months is really enough to clear the IELTS. Right. Now I got a question from Ajay, which is next question. Restriction, sorry, if no, then which result will be selected by the university or they take average of it? One second, let me see the questions again. I'm not getting these questions really. If no for what? Ajay, I would like to request you if you can send me your question again, please. Now I got the questions from Josna. What are the requirements for GRE? Requirement for GRE? Well, GRE is an entrance exam test to study master's course, graduate course in USA. Right? So there are, for the GRE, you need to have there's 2 parts. That's a verbal, that's English and mathematics. That's what you have to have a good in mathematics and good in English. Next questions from Josna again. Well, when is an ideal time to take GRE? Well, if you are planning for US universities admissions in masters, I really suggest plan for a year before, right? So if you start preparing a year before for the GRE, then it takes you to prepare, if you do regularly practice without any gap, it takes around 3 to 4 months, right, to prepare you. So by the way, 3 to 4 months you can take a GRE exam, and together you can take IELTS as well. So around in 6 months you can finish a GRE and IELTS. Then you can start making your applications and secure the admissions. Now the next question from Vishnu Shah. The question is, which date is preferable for the IELTS exam for the September intake in Canada? Well, if you are planning for September intake for Canada, I suggest if you take your IELTS around February and March, then you can plan everything in time. Now next question, which is from Ajay Desai again. For how many times I can give IELTS or TOEFL? Well, as long as if you not get your needed score by university or by the course you're looking for, you can appear for the IELTS. Next question from Deepak. I have heard that TOEFL has validity periods. I have heard that validity period. Does such validity condition applies for IELTS? Yes, IELTS got the validity which is for 2 years. I got next questions. Next questions I got from Vivek again, which is how would I read newspaper? Well, you can try to read newspaper, right? Well, if you try, doesn't matter you don't understand in the beginning, no problem. But at least if you try, one day you read one sentence, one day you start understanding whole paragraph, so you're gonna develop your skill. I suggest if you go for the newspaper like Times of India, that is easily and understandable, right? Now, next question from Josna. What is the structure of the new GRE computer-based test? Well, there is, like I mentioned in my presentations, there is a sections which is analytical writing. There is two analytical writing. If you see, there's 30 minutes for each. Second section, which is verbal reasoning, which is that is a two sections in verbal reasoning, and approximately they be 20 questions, and you need to complete in 30 minutes. Third, quantitative reasoning, for two sections. They give you 20 questions per section, then you need to complete in 35 minutes. Right? Now, let's go to next question, which is from Ria again. Is it compulsory to go for both GMAT and IELTS? Well, if you are looking for the average university or above average or top university, yes, you should. And it's help you to get secure the admissions if you get a good score in IELTS and GMAT. Well, I got another questions coming up, which is Vishud Shah. He asked, I have heard that IELTS conducted by IDP is more difficult than conducted by British Council. Is it true? Which exam should I select? Well, Vishud, both are the English entrance exam test, IELTS. These two different body, IDP and the British Council, they conducted by them. So that's really does not make any difference. Right? Well, I got a question from Saj. I want to know where the office is located. Well, my coaching institute is located in Ahmedabad, Navrampura, Vijay Kaushal. Well, we have a flexible timing where you can select your timing and select your batch. Deepak asked me, I have a business English certificate coaching in my college. It says that the certificate is valid for lifetime. Is it worth writing BEC exam? Well, BEC exam that you can do for your English, but that's not acceptable for any foreign. That you need to check as well. If foreign universities, whichever the universities you are going to study, are they accept or not? Well, Saj asked me, yeah, pattern. Well, we have a different pattern. We have a completely different method. We have a once IELTS kit that we always follow, and every students when they enroll, we give you the IELTS kit. That is completely unique, and with the all the tips we require to crack the IELTS. How long is yeah, how long it certainly takes for IELTS preparations? Well, if you do regular practice, it takes 2 months to 3 months maximum. Tarushika Sharma asked me, how many months should one give for GRE to have a good score? Well, it's completely depend on you, how you prepare, how much hard work you put it, and how regularly you are doing. But its minimum takes at least 3 to 4 months. Thanks. Can you provide me the contact detail of your institute? Yes, it is located at Vijay Crossroad, Navrampura, Ahmedabad, Todas Global Education. If you we do the coaching for IELTS, TOEFL, GRE, GMAT, and SAT. So you can come anytime. You can join anytime, and you can have my contact number. I am giving you now. Are you ready? Which is 9824632695. Call me, and my staff will help you to enroll you. Ajay asked me, is GRE mandatory to be given for doing MS in Germany? I don't think so. You require GRE for Germany. Maybe in masters, maybe some top university, if they got different requirement, then only. That you need to check with the university. If somebody have questions, feel free to ask me. Well, I've got the next question from Ria. Can you give me 100% assurance of getting selected from your coaching institutes? Well, almost our students they clear with a good score. Generally, almost the students they get 6.5 and 7.9. So if you put your hard work and if you really do the regular practice, regular attend the classes, then you definitely get a good score. It's completely up to you as well. Ajay, how to score above 85 in TOEFL? Well, Ajay, TOEFL is IBT, that's internet-based test. So TOEFL requires lot of practice, not not by reading, but you need to do the practice online even. That will help you to be familiar with the system and familiar with the pattern. So if you do the practice, I strongly suggest do the practice online as well. So it will give you the good score. Right. I've got next question, which is from Visruth, which is how many band required to get admission in university, not in college in Canada? Well, generally Canadian universities they ask band which is 7 and 7 above. Almost. Ria, do you have any other branches in Maharashtra? Well, we do not have any branches in Maharashtra. We, but we help you to do the practice by online. So we can do the online training session as well. Our next question from Ajay. From which source I can do practice online? Well, in a TOEFL there is a material available online as well. If you go and check, or also there is a book if you can buy. They will give you the CD, which is you need to download in your computer, and you can do the practice. There will be the practice test. And also the TOEFL, you can get the material from ETS. That is the completely recommended for the TOEFL. That's official TOEFL IBT books. You can get it from ETS. Any more questions? Yeah, I got one more questions. That's Tarusika. She asked, can one pursue their higher education after 1 and 2 years of work experience? Does it make strong profile even if score is okay? Well, with the work experience, definitely you can go for the further study. That's not a problem. But it doesn't say like your profile will be good. It's completely depends on the which course are you going for, and completely depends on the which country and which university you're going for, and what are the university's eligibility criteria. Like if you're going for MBA, yes, 2 years experience, that is good. But if you're going for some other course, then 2 years experience, that's in different field, that doesn't make any help. So it depends on the course and depends on the university's eligibility criteria. I got another questions from Ajay. He asked, after doing MS in mechanical from Germany, can I get the job in India easily? Well, Ajay, to get the job, it's completely depends on your skill and your eligibility. Well, if you study MS in mechanical in Germany and if you're coming back to India, it's completely depends on the employer's requirement, right? So once you go for study, you go to learn something, right? But once you learn something, then it is an employer requirement, and if you are suitable candidates for them, then you will definitely get selected. The one more question, which is from Rushrut. September intake in Canada. So this gap of 1 year is create problem in getting visa. Well, gap of 1 year, that's fine. There's no problem with that. Well, we have a few minutes left. If anybody have any questions, you can ask now, and in 5 minutes, about 5 minutes, yes, we are going to close. Well, I got a question from Ajay again. On what basis one should select the university? Do we have to consider the university ranking? Well, Ajay, you need to select the university to looking at the university's eligibility criteria. Are you going to fit in that criteria? Or also you see the course offered by the university, and also this university particular course is ranking wise good or not the university's ranking. And also you can see the locations, which is preferable locations or not. Well, anyway, thank you very much. If anybody have any doubt or any questions in presentation, you had my mobile number. You can call me anytime and ask me anytime. Thank you for everything. Thank you for attending the seminar. Thank you.